Okay, so I know Negan is the worst person ever, but I just really feel like when he's in an episode, it makes that episode just so much better because I'm wondering what crazy nonsense is he going to do, which he did some crazy crap in this episode. Part of me really likes watching him. I don't like what he did. I don't like the person he is, but I think his character and I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan is just super entertaining, and I kind of look forward to him being in the episode, so sorry not sorry. If you want to hate me over it, you can, but that's just how I feel. So Carl, of course, had this big plan with Jesus to infiltrate Negan's camp, and Jesus was able to jump off and not get caught. Carl thought he could just start shooting people. He did kill 2 of Negan's guys, but yeah, it didn't end well for him. I don't know what exactly he was thinking, or I don't really know if he was thinking, but Negan was kind of like intrigued by him because he, was brave enough and bold enough to try and kill Negan and kill his people and pulled it off a little bit. So I know from what you guys have told me that in the comics, like Negan is kind of obsessed with Carl. So it looks like they're putting some of that into play in the show here. So I don't know what his plan is going to be with Carl, but it's creepy. Let's just be completely real. Number one, he doesn't want Carl to wear the eye patch anymore, and his eye is gnarly. Like, Negan's not lying. I mean, that is gross and sick to look at, but I feel bad for Carl because thankfully he has longer hair and he can cover that up, but of course he doesn't want to be walking around without the eye patch on. I mean, come on. So I don't know what Negan's plans are with Carl, but I'm sure they're not good. I mean, part of me wonders if he wants to make him kind of like Daryl, like one of his soldiers or something, or if he wants to train him to be, a terrible person like him. I don't know. That's kind of where it seems like it's going. So Rosita and Eugene have kind of like flipped the script. Well, Rosita especially, because she wants to not help the Savior. She wants to go out on her own, and Eugene is with her. She wants him to make her a bullet. I mean, she wants to try to fight back in some way, but Eugene is like the voice of reason. He's like, we don't have the people. You're not going to be able to overtake, Negan and everyone. And even so, like anything you try to do, people are going to have to pay for your actions, which I completely agree with Eugene. Yet I also know that at some point, someone's going to kill Negan, so it's going to have to happen. So you can't just always agree with everything that's going on. And expect there to be a good life. I mean, you can't have a good life under Negan's reign, so I don't blame her for trying to think of some way to change the situation and to get the upper hand. So I don't know if it's going to work out for her, but I see completely what she's doing. All right, so the crazy, crazy moment in this episode, Amber cheated on Mark, or cheated on Negan with Mark, which, that's a rule for being one of his wives or girlfriends. You can't cheat on him. It's disgusting. Now he has like a room full of like concubines basically. But anyway, so Mark has to pay the ultimate price, and that scene was pretty gross. Now it wasn't as terrible as the opening scene of, the opening episode of this season, but watching someone be branded that way was pretty disgusting, pretty frightening. Of course, everything Negan does is to intimidate people and to know not to mess with him and not to disobey him, so that's his whole game. But that was a pretty disgusting scene. There's no other way to really say that. So I honestly found Negan's interaction with Olivia to be kind of funny. Like, yes, it was mega disrespectful, but there's, like I said, he's an entertaining character. He's a villain. He's a great villain, but also, as a villain, he's terrible. But it was entertaining. She's scared to death of him, of course. But of course, then he discovers the baby, and I don't know. I mean, he was really surprised by that, and I'm worried about that as well. And then he started to think, as Carl had asked him, like, why are you keeping me and my dad alive? And he's like thinking, why am I keeping you guys alive? Do I need to keep you guys alive? Why? So I don't think he's going to kill them, but that's just scary that he's having those types of thoughts. Daryl gets a note in his cell that says, go now. It looks like a girl's handwriting. I don't know if that's a trick or if that's real, but it looks like in the preview for the finale, he is going to try and escape and listen to that note. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think he should go by this note or be more cautious? I don't know. It kind of concerns me. So Spencer is like, he finds this walker in a tree and he has like all these notes. And basically this guy had like a compound where he had food and water and weapons and everything. And so he gets everyone to kind of infiltrate that. And he was going to tell the Saviors, but I don't know. I mean, I'm totally with Rosita on this. Like, you can't keep helping them out. Things are not going to change unless you try to do something to change your situation. So, I mean, I think they're going to keep Negan for the entire season, honestly, and maybe kill him off then because he's such a great, entertaining character. That's what I think. But I am also looking forward to the day when he dies. I think that episode will just be so wonderful. I cannot wait for that. If you didn't know, I'm covering all of this season of The Walking Dead. Yes, we only have one more episode, but I will be back when the season returns. And a lot of other shows. How to Get Away with Murder is coming back, and Pretty Little Liars, and I'm looking for a couple of new shows for the winter to cover. So if you have any suggestions of brand new shows where we can do some theorizing, leave that down below. If you haven't subscribed to me, please do. I'm trying to reach 6,000 before this year is over, so I'd really appreciate your help, and a thumbs up would always help me as well. But I hope you have a wonderful week, and thank you so much for watching Kelly TV. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Kelly TV. I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of the Kelly TV family. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter so you can keep up with all I'm doing.